Have you ever wondered about the stories that have shaped our civilizations, our beliefs, and our very understanding of the world around us? Today, we dive deep into one of history's most intriguing tales, the Tower of Babel. A story that, at its core, challenges the boundaries of human ambition and divine will. In a world brimming with languages, each telling its own story, how did we come to be so diversely spoken? The Bible offers a narrative in the Tower of Babel that seeks to explain this very phenomenon. But does this story hold up under scrutiny, or does it crumble like the tower itself under the weight of historical and linguistic evidence? This is The Bible Doesn't Make Any Sense, Part 4, The Tower of Babel, Unraveling the Myths. Our journey today is not just about questioning for the sake of skepticism, but rather to foster a dialogue, to understand the layers of interpretation and evidence that surround this biblical narrative. So whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or simply a curious soul, we invite you to join us as we peel back the layers of this ancient story. Let's explore together the mysteries that have puzzled scholars for centuries, and perhaps, just perhaps, find new ways to understand the world we share. In the heart of our narrative lies a tale as ancient as time itself, recorded in the book of Genesis. It tells us of a time when all of humanity spoke a single language, united in purpose and ambition. Driven by a desire to make a name for themselves and perhaps to reach the heavens, they began construction of a tower unlike any other, a tower that would stretch to the skies, the Tower of Babel. Their efforts, however, were not to go unnoticed. The story unfolds as the divine intervenes, observing how this unity in language has led to unprecedented collaboration for a purpose that seemed to challenge the very boundaries set by the heavens. In response, the language of humanity was confounded, dispersed across the earth in a multitude of tongues, halting the construction of the tower and scattering the people. This narrative, at its core, seeks to explain the origins of the world's languages and the dispersion of human populations. Yet, as we peel back the layers of this tale, questions arise. How could such a project have been conceived? What does this story tell us about the nature of human ambition and the response it elicited from the divine? And most importantly, can we find traces of this tower's existence? Or is it merely a mythological construct meant to convey a deeper truth? As we venture further into this exploration, keep these questions in mind, for they are the key to understanding not just the story itself, but the myriad ways in which it has been interpreted throughout history. Exploring the time when the Tower of Babel story was written provides us with a fascinating glimpse into ancient Mesopotamia, a cradle of human civilization where such a tower, known as a ziggurat, would not have been an uncommon sight. These massive step pyramids served as temples to the gods, central to the cities that sprawled around them. The story of Babel, situated in this region, taps into a real historical context, yet no definitive archaeological evidence has been found to confirm the existence of a tower with the ambition or the divine retribution as described in Genesis. This absence of evidence raises significant questions. Was the Tower of Babel a metaphorical representation of humanity's pride and ambition? Or was it a tale inspired by real structures, imbued with theological meaning over time? Scholars have debated these questions for centuries, with some suggesting that the story reflects a collective memory of a once grandiose project that ended in confusion and chaos, not unlike the fall of great empires known to history. Yet, the intrigue of the Tower of Babel goes beyond its historical ambiguity. It stands as a symbol of human unity and its potential to challenge even the divine. The decision to scatter humanity and confuse their language as a response to their collective ambition suggests a divine preference for diversity over uniformity, a theme that resonates through many cultures and religions around the world. As we delve deeper into the layers of the Tower of Babel story, we find ourselves confronted with a narrative that is as much about human nature as it is about the divine. Its historical context, while elusive, provides a rich backdrop for a story that continues to inspire, perplex, and provoke dialogue to this day. The Tower of Babel story posits a singular event as the catalyst for the diversification of language across the globe. This notion, captivating as it may be, raises numerous questions when viewed through the lens of linguistic science. Linguists have long studied the evolution of language, finding evidence of a gradual, complex process that predates the supposed time of Babel by thousands of years. Languages evolve, split, and merge in a slow dance guided by human migration, isolation, and interaction, not through a single moment of divine intervention. The idea that a multitude of languages could spring forth from a single moment challenges our understanding of how language works. The development of dialects into separate languages is a process that takes centuries, not moments, reflecting changes in culture, geography, and social structure. This discrepancy between the biblical account and linguistic evidence invites us to reconsider the story's implications. Could the Tower of Babel be a metaphorical attempt to explain the natural linguistic diversity that puzzled ancient observers? Moreover, the story's impact on linguistic thought extends beyond its historical accuracy. It has influenced how societies view language and communication, often symbolizing the challenges and beauty of linguistic diversity. The narrative underscores the idea that language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a fundamental aspect of cultural identity and human diversity. The Tower of Babel story does not stand alone in the annals of human mythology. Across the world, numerous cultures harbor tales of great constructions, divine interventions, and the scattering or transformation of peoples. These narratives often serve to explain cultural phenomena, from the origins of languages to the reasons behind human diversity. By comparing the Tower of Babel story to these global myths, we gain insights into the universal themes that pervade human storytelling and belief systems. One notable parallel can be found in the myths of ancient Greece, where the gods often intervened in human affairs, punishing hubris and enforcing divine will. Similarly, in Norse mythology, the construction of Bifrost, the rainbow bridge to Asgard, reflects humans' and gods' desire to connect realms, underscoring a universal longing for connection and understanding across apparent divides. Furthermore, the story of the Tower of Babel echoes the themes found in the Sumerian epic of Enmerkar and the Lord of Aratta, which also deals with the theme of linguistic diversity as a divine response to human ambition. This suggests that the biblical story may have been influenced by or served as an interpretation of earlier myths and legends circulating in the Near East, a region rife with cultural and linguistic exchange. The Tower of Babel story, rich in narrative complexity, presents profound theological implications that have been debated and interpreted through various lenses over millennia. At its heart, the story grapples with themes of human ambition versus divine authority, unity versus diversity, and the consequences of hubris. These themes not only offer insight into the human condition, but also into the nature of the divine as portrayed in biblical texts. Human ambition, as depicted in the construction of the Tower of Babel, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it showcases humanity's drive to achieve, to reach new heights, and to make a name for itself. On the other, it illustrates the peril of overreaching, of attempting to usurp a place beside or above the divine. This narrative tension between human aspiration and divine prerogative prompts a reflection on the limits of human endeavor and the recognition of a higher order. Theologically, the story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of pride and the importance of humility before the divine. It underscores the belief in a deity who is actively involved in human affairs, guiding and shaping the course of history in ways that ultimately serve a greater purpose. As we conclude our journey through the Tower of Babel story, it's clear that this ancient narrative holds more than just a cautionary tale of divine retribution for human hubris. It serves as a profound reflection on the complexities of human ambition, the value of diversity, and the intricate dance between humanity and the divine. We encourage you to reflect on the Tower of Babel's lessons and how they apply to our modern world. How can we balance our ambitions with a respect for the limits of our reach? How can we celebrate our diversity as a strength rather than a barrier to understanding and cooperation? We invite you to share your thoughts, insights, and interpretations in the comments below. Join us in this ongoing dialogue as we continue to explore the rich tapestry of stories that shape our beliefs, our cultures, and our very understanding of the world. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow our series for more explorations into the fascinating stories that challenge, inspire, and unite us. Until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, and keep the conversation going.